Greetings, friends. Today we want to hear Pastor Henrique's view on the cashless system. It's a balanced and a biblical sound view. The reason we want to look at the digital system, I was listening to an audio radio program on YouTube, and some wild statements were being made. The group was saying that those whose name are written in the Lamb's Book of Life will not be a part of the digital system. And these statements are wild and fanatical, saying even that the Sunday law has been passed in Kingston. And it's frightening what is happening in the so-called present truth groups. In the regular lines, we know that many are in cold formalism. Many. Not all. But in present truth, we know that many, likewise, are given over to fanaticism. And so it is Satan's web, one extreme or the other. And if the people of God doesn't have a balanced view, if the people of God doesn't reason with minds that are not unbalanced, go back to the Word of God, establishing everything with two or more scriptures in context, then we will allow prophecy to fulfill on ourselves and be found wanting. Because none of us will be sealed being fanatical or harboring an error. And we must be very careful because we're living in a time now that present truth, so-called present truth, have become more dangerous than even the regular lines. Sad to say, but it's a reality. And it's also a fulfillment of prophecy of what is to happen. And so we see many fanatical views on country living, fanatical view about leaving the regular lines, fanatical views on many issues, and it will continue even to the end of time. And so it is, let's examine the issue.
Meet, do not bring a time of trouble upon yourself beforehand. That would be fanaticism, extremism. Are we together so far? Now, what is the purpose then of cell phones? So now, am I saying you must be extreme and throw away your cell phones? Is that what I'm saying right now? No. We need to understand one day very soon, we will have to discard our cell phones. Now, number two, what about CBDCs? When CBDCs are officially rolled out, two options all of us will have to make. One of two. Number one, when CBDCs are rolled out, first we must examine the platform and the policies, right? Number one, to accept the CBDC, do I have to get something into my body? If the rolling out of CBDC goes contrary to your health, all right? Bible health, goes contrary to your faith, what must we do? Reject it. If the rolling out of CBDC runs contrary to our religion, to our worship, Seventh-day Sabbath worship, what are we to do? Reject the CBDC. But Pastor, what about my tens, my scores of dollars in my bank? You have to leave it alone. Leave it. Rely on God. Leave it. That's the point. However, if in the initial stage of the rolling out, the policies don't run contrary to our health, what we put on our body, what we put in our body, then you may have to go along for a season. If it does not affect our religion, our worship, at first you go along, making ends meet. Do not bring a time of trouble upon yourself beforehand. That would be fanaticism, extremism. Are we together so far? And when the policies now grow teeth, when the octopus grows teeth, the dragon, the lamb-like power grows teeth, the law become more stringent, then we know it's time to leave those things alone. Next, what about the digital ID? One card that covers everything. Question, when they roll out this so-called digital ID that covers every single thing, social security number, driver's license, banking, welfare, pension, retirement, all of it, every single thing, access, everything. I can't name everything. Assets that you own, cars that you own, homes that you own, properties that you own, everything on that one card. What if they say, to get this card, you have to get a pestilence 19 jab or something similar? What will you do? You'll have to forego this ID. I can't tell you what to do. What would Andrew Henriques do? I will and I would reject that digital ID. Why? It goes contrary to my physical, mental, spiritual health and well-being. That's it. But in the inception of its rolling out, if the policies don't go contrary to my physical health, mental health, what I put on my body, what I put inside my body, my faith, my religion, my worship at first, after analyzing everything, I don't know. I don't know. I need to wait. Don't count the eggs before they hatch. I need to wait. Don't answer a question before you hear it. The wise man said that in Proverbs. You're a fool. Right? So wait, I'll wait. If after analysis, at first it's safe, I'll go along just to survive a little. But I know, based on prophecy and what we have covered so far and have been covering, it's going to become more sinister, yes, more devilish, yes, more satanic. At that time, I'm going to reject it. Are these points clear, my friends? It's coming. Look at this right here. It's there. You can't eat. You can buy, you cannot make transactions. What if you don't have their digital ID? You cannot make transactions. Now, when they roll out the CBDC, am I saying don't participate in the CBDC? You may have to, but you know where it's tending. When the IDs roll out, I don't know. When they roll out, if it's not raping my eyes, I may have to get one. But I know where it's tending. And when that day comes, you'll have to do what? Forgo those things. Likewise with your what? Your cell phone. Your cell phone. They all are in the same category. Cell phone, your IDs, as well as the banking system. All in the same. They form the foundation for the New World Order. And that's what I'm telling you. Cell phones, in the country, you may have to forego cell phones one day. Mark my words.